Hey y'all, this is Sergeant Dan with Palmetto Edge, and I have a fun one for you today. This is the Kizer Sheepdog XL. I'm going to be quiet for a minute just so you can listen to this. Here we go. Oh man, that's a wonderful sound. Alright, so let's start out with some size comparisons. Sorry about the glare on this. This is a very, very shiny blade on here, okay? So nothing I can really do about that with what I got right now. So we'll start out with two of my more standard ones. Here's the Paramilitary 2 from Spyderco. Here's the Benchmade Bug Out. And I mean, as you can see, this thing's just a beast, all right? Let me get it up against a couple of my longer blades in my collection. So here's the CRKT Seismic and the ZT0462. So, I mean, as you can see, even against these two bigger blades here, it's still just a monster. It's a beast. And last, but certainly not least, let me show you this guy in comparison to his little brother, the Kizer Mini Sheepdog. All right, so I mean, just look at him. Look how this fits in my hand, okay, compared to this one. I mean, it's just a monster. I can't stress that enough. It is a monster of a knife. So with that being said, listen. Oh man, I love it. With that being said, let's get into some specifications. Overall length on this is 9¼ inches with a 4-inch blade length. It is 154. Come on. 154 cm steel. Steel liners. It is a liner lock. As you can see, it is a flipper. Got G10 on both sides. It is a right hand tip up only carry. Sorry lefties, I don't know why they couldn't at least drill out some holes on this other side for you. Yeah, right hand tip up only. It is obviously a cleaver style blade, flat grind, made in China. Kizer's a Chinese company, so there's no expectation really of it being made anywhere else. Weight. I don't usually address weight, but this knife is just so heavy, I kind of feel the need to. This knife weighs 9.15 ounces. So this is, if I'm not mistaken, there's 16 ounces in a pound, I think. Okay, it's been a long time since I've been in science class, okay, and that's not really something you need to know on a day-to-day basis, okay, but I think there's 16 ounces in a pound. With that being the case, if that is the case, this knife weighs a little over half a pound. Okay, I mean that's ridiculous. It's wonderfully ridiculous. Okay, so I think that's about it for specifications. Let me get into review. I've kind of already been reviewing it a little bit though. I absolutely love this knife. Is it practical? Heck no. It's heavy, it's wide, it's tall, it takes up so much space in the pocket, and you can actually feel this one in your pocket, okay? It's so heavy. So, is it practical? Absolutely not. But do I love it? I absolutely do. I mean, who else makes a pocket cleaver like this? I mean, look at this thing. It's just, it's a monster. It's the G10, like its little brother. The G10 has really good texture to it, really good, good and bad grip. Okay, let me address that. It's the texturing on the G10 is good to where you can get a good purchase on it. The bad thing about the grip is the way it's designed, and if you'll see, it is just a scaled up version of the Mini Sheepdog, okay? So the way the Mini Sheepdog fits in my hand is absolutely wonderful. You know, index finger falls in that choil, and then this little groove area here, next two fingers fall into it, and it's just a nice grip on this one, okay? But when you take that same exact design and you scale it up to this, oh, I still love that. Your fingers just don't fit in the same places, okay? Index finger still goes there, but then where the middle finger wants to fall is right on this hump, okay? And that's not comfortable. That's only not comfortable. That's uncomfortable, okay? So, but as far as the grip goes, that's really my only complaint about it. But then again, that's an uncomfortable grip, okay? So you know, this knife is really sharp. You know, I've said it many times before. You buy a knife expecting it to be sharp, but like this one is sharp and you know, sharpened, and the grind on it is good enough to where you can actually perform, you know, EDC style tasks with it. I have already used this thing to break down some boxes, to open some packages. I actually used it in the kitchen the other day, which is kind of really maybe more or less what this is meant for, okay? I was using it to chop up some stuff, and it worked really good for that, let me say. So, yeah, I mean, is it, again, I've kind of reiterating this, it is by no means a practical knife, but then again, I don't think it's meant to be. I think it's meant to be one that just goes in the collection that you can carry around from time to time, and you know, pull out of your pocket and listen, chunk. Oh, I love it. That you can pull out of your pocket and just show people and make them go, whoa, what the heck, you know? Or if you have people come over to your house, you can show it off then. It's really, in my opinion, it's really just meant to be a showpiece. Now, is that saying you can't carry it? Sure you can. I mean, I did for a few days. You know, it can be done, but that's really impractical, okay? Especially for the price. It's a good price, don't get me wrong, but let me touch on that real quick. It's $99 for one of these. So for $100, you know, you get you something a little more practical, like a Kershaw launch, okay? You know, I don't have the exact one to show you, but for, you know, $120, you could get you a Benchmade bug out. Okay, so I mean, there's I don't have it with me. Spyderco Native 5 is one that I have. Things that are more practical EDC blades for around the same price as this. Okay, so if you're looking for something practical, this isn't it. But if you're looking for something that's just so cool to have, cool to show off to your friends, yeah, this is absolutely it. Let's see. I told you about the pocket clip, or not pocket clip, this here. I'm not a big fan of the grip. I'm not a big fan of the pocket clip. It's just standard. But then again, you know, this is Kizer's Vanguard, you know, series. It's meant to be more wallet friendly, more utilitarian. Okay, so you know, I'm not a fan of the pocket clip, but it's not like there's anything wrong with the pocket clip. It works fine. It holds this big thing in your pocket good. As you can see, once again, it's just a scaled up. Sorry about that. It's just a scaled up mini. I was about to call it a mini Griptilian. That's definitely not what this is. Mini Sheepdog pocket clip. Okay. So. Yeah, I've already hit on the price a little, so let me just kind of go back to that. So $99 for one of these. Am I happy I bought it? Absolutely. As soon as I saw, that's another point I want to make. I always say that I do my knife shopping on Blade HQ. Not this time. I actually got this one from Knife Joy. And that's because Knife Joy got them in stock before Blade HQ did. So, Yeah, sorry, Blade HQ. Someone beat you to the punch and got one of your sales. So yeah, same price on Knife Joy, same price on Blade HQ, $99. I am absolutely happy with that price, because when I first saw that they were coming out, I already had a price in my head of what I was thinking it was. And quite honestly, that was going to be right around 150. And quite honestly, I would have paid that for it. So for it to be $99, I'm absolutely happy with that. That's $50 less than I expected it to be. And in talking about price, the mini sheepdog, they're $69. Okay, so for $30 more, if you want something cool to show off, for $30 more, you can get you this big monster here, okay? But if you're wanting something, if you like the way this looks, but want something more practical, mini sheepdog, okay? This is definitely easier to carry. It's just as sharp, it has the same utility as this blade, okay? In a smaller package for $30 less, okay? So as far as practicality goes, I'd say go for the mini sheepdog. As far as, and okay, this is cool too, okay? This is a cool knife. But if you want just coolness factor through the roof, Sheepdog XL, okay? So yeah. Oh, let me show you one more thing. Let me show you just the sound. I know I've already showed you the sound of this one like 3 times already, but just listen to the difference. Listen to this. Okay, and then that's just cool to me. Oh, one other point that I forgot to make on these. The mini sheepdog is riding on phosphor bronze washers. The XL here, let me see if I can show it. I think I can. Come on now. Where is it? There it is. You can kind of see it there. These are actually on Teflon washers, which, I mean, maybe they did that to help out with price. Not that I really have a preference between phosphor bronze and Teflon washers. In my experience, they both work about the same, but the phosphor bronze washers cost more than Teflon. But just look at the action. No wrist involved, just a good flick, and then it just drops shut, okay? So, I'm sure they did it for a reason. I'm sure they did it to help out with price, and probably because of the weight and the size of the blade, it didn't really matter what kind of washers they had. One other thing that I did also forget to point out is the blade centering is not perfect by any means on this. Matter of fact, it is significantly, as you can see, significantly to the right here. Now, it's not scrubbing anywhere, it's not rubbing anywhere, but, that is something to be aware of. And that might be something that working on this pivot I can fix. I honestly haven't tried, so I'm probably going to wind up giving. Matter of fact, that feels like maybe what it is. Actually feels like my pivot's getting a little loose here, because if you'll see, when I squeeze on the pivot here, it gets it centered better there. So my pivot might be coming a little loose. I've flicked this thing open I don't know how many times. It wouldn't surprise me any. So yeah, that's just another something to point out with this thing. Man, let's see. Do I have anything else? No, just reviewing some points I've already made. Coolness factor through the roof on this thing. Practicality factor, it's not there, okay? It's not a practical knife. For the price, I'm absolutely happy I got it. I may probably get another. I might get the black one just because these are so cool. I'd like to have, another one in my collection. I have a friend who's actually going to get one, and his plans are to use it as his knife that he carries. Now, he's not as big of a knife snob as me, so, I've just told him, hey, just be aware. It's, it'd be hard to pierce anything with it. It's heavy. He's aware, but we shall see. So, absolutely happy I bought it. Really happy with the price. Like I said, I thought the price was going to be much more than it was. It turned out not to be. So, if you want something practical, go for the mini sheepdog. If you want something just cool through the roof, go for the XL. It's a cool knife. So, yeah, and the price based on the size, the quality, the materials, it's right. The price is really right on it, okay? So, yeah, awesome knife, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Go check out my Instagram at Palmetto Edge. And y'all have a good one.